Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we're making the Chinese seaweed salad. You might have had a Japanese seaweed salad before in sushi restaurants, but I doubt that you have a Chinese sea kelp seaweed salad before. Personally, I think it tastes way better, so check it out. Hi new friends, it's Erica right here. I'm a Chinese citizen currently living in America. Cooking and traveling is my passion, so I'm here to share with you my favorite Asian recipes. On top of that, I also make videos talking about food knowledge and the nutrition benefit of the dish on this channel. So if that interests you, please subscribe and keep watching. On our last week's video, we made a famous authentic Japanese miso soup recipe with our Japanese dashi broth. And one of the only two ingredients that you need to make dashi is the sea kelp. If you haven't seen our last week's video about how to make a miso soup at home yet, I'll leave a link up here for you. And today we're using the leftover sea kelp from the dashi making to make our Chinese seaweed salad today, which is actually very different from the Japanese seaweed salad you might have tried before. The Japanese seaweed salad is made from wakame seaweed, and the Chinese seaweed salad is made of course, the sea kelp. Kelp, aka kombu, is a type of large brown seaweed that grow in shallow, nutrient-rich salt water near coastal front around the world. It differs slightly in color, flavor, and nutrition profile from the wakame seaweed you see in Japanese restaurants. Today we're using the kombu to make a very simple Chinese appetizer, the spicy seaweed salad. But first, let's talk about the nutrition facts of our main ingredient today, the kombu. If you see our last week's video, you'll know that kombu to Japanese cuisine is just like chicken to Chinese cuisine. It is not only a great choice for making broth, but it's also packed with nutrition. Nowadays, the average consumer consumes too much animal products and processed food, which tend to be acidic. And in order to balance the pH level in our body, it is necessary for us to consume more alkaline food. And sea kelp is definitely one of the top choices for this job. Kombu contains the highest amount of iodines among food. It helps maintain and produce thyroxine. In addition, it will keep your hair healthy, dark, and shiny. Kelp is also high in dietary fiber, which can help you reduce your cholesterol level. The fiber in kombu will absorb water and swallow up in your stomach that will make you feel more filling to maintain weight, and also will help with your digestive system and bowel movement. There's also unsaturated fat that has the antioxidant effects that will help you reduce your blood pressure and stress level. Kombu are also packed with minerals such as calcium, magnesium, and iron. These not only help with your bone health, but also can maintain the body's physical function. The mineral content in kombu is 23 times higher than whole milk, the calcium amount is 7 times higher, and the iron amount is 39 times higher. The mineral content in kelp is not only super rich, but also very easy for our body to absorb. The absorption rate is as high as 80%. But now, you might think, isn't seaweed contains a lot of salt since it's from the ocean? You're actually not wrong. But kelps also contain the water-soluble dietary fiber that helps salt excrete from the human body. Therefore, kombu is not only delicious, but also super healthy. Now, if you're blown away with all these facts about the kombu, please give this video a thumbs up. It really helps a lot for our channel. So now we have learned all we need to know about this amazing kombu. Let's start to make our seaweed salad today, shall we? Here's all the ingredients that we'll need for today's recipe. Obviously, we'll need some sea kelp. This is the dry kombu that I get in Asian supermarket. You can also find it in Amazon. And here we need 45 grams. Besides that, we'll also need some scallion slices and ginger slices, as well as the minced garlic, dried chili. If you don't have the dry one, you can also use the normal fresh red pepper chili. Then that will be a little bit more spicy. This one is more like herby, but it's also a little mildly spiced. Also, we'll need some Sichuan peppercorn, and for the sauce here, we need the zhenjiang vinegar, which is any vinegar will really do, as well as the soy sauce, sesame oil, sugar, and some white sesame seeds if you have some. And as usual, the exact amount will be in the description box down below. First thing we need to do is soak the kelp for 30 minutes. Like we mentioned earlier, sea kelp is packed with nutrition, even though soaking the sea kelp is part of the necessary step for this dish, but the water that we soak with sea kelp does not have to come to waste. Definitely check out our last week's video to learn how to use this soaking water to turn it into the dashi broth to make our authentic Japanese miso soup. And if you are making miso soup today, make sure to soak and simmer the sea kelp and then jump into this step after. The konbu is still pretty hard after soaking, but it is cuttable. So we're gonna take out the konbu and slice it into the thin slice while we're bringing the same pot of water to boil if you're not making miso soup with this water. If you see our last week's video, you might wonder, Erica, didn't you say not to boil the konbu since it's gonna cook out impurity? Great observation. And let me explain it better. When we're making the dashi broth, the broth is more important than the konbu. So like I said last week, if you boil the konbu, that will make the broth cloudy and is not good for miso soup. But today we're making a seaweed salad, not the broth, so the konbu is actually more important than the broth today. So boiling our konbu will help to cook through the konbu for our seaweed salad today, but the soup will not be great for our dashi broth. And that's why I mentioned earlier, you have to keep the dashi making the way it is we learned last week, and after you got your dashi broth, use another boil of water to cook through the sea kelp. When the water is boiling, add in 1 teaspoon of salt, 1 tablespoon of vinegar, as well as the konbu slices. The salt will help with the softening process, and the vinegar can get rid of the nasty smell you don't want from the ocean. Now we have already let the sea kelp boil for around 3 minutes. We can take out the kelps and then put it right into ice cold water to chill. While this is a step that you cannot skip, it's very important because putting the sea kelp into cold water will help it from stop cooking and also make it more crispy later. Now the kombu is ready, let's make our sauce. Get a mixing bowl and add in minced garlic, light soy sauce, vinaigrette, sugar, and of course the sea kelp, and mix it real well to let all the seaweed slices cover with the sauce. After that, add in the ginger slices and the scallion slices on top and keep it there for now. Now we'll need to make some spicy sesame oil first. Get a pan and add in sesame oil and heat it up for around 30 seconds in low heat. Sesame oil is a type of oil that you can't heat up too much or else it's gonna turn bitter. So as soon as the oil is hot, add in the Sichuan peppercorn and chili to stir fry till aromatic. Around 1 minute is perfect. If you cook it for too long, it will get burned and will ruin the whole oil. And also, if you don't like the spiciness, you don't need to add in the chili. You can just use the heat up sesame oil. Or if you don't even want to heat it up, that's fine as well, but it's not gonna smell as good as what we're doing today. Now the chili sesame oil is ready. Use a filter to filter out the peppercorn and dry chili and drizzle the hot oil on top of the ginger and scallion slice in the bowl. This step will activate the herb and give the dish more layer flavor and extra aroma. Now mix the ingredient all together and done! The kombu seaweed salad is ready. This kombu salad is very popular in Taiwan and China. You can almost find it anywhere in Chinese restaurant back home. I like to put my kombu salad in the fridge and let it cool down. It makes it even more crispy. This is a great appetizer that you can make a big amount and keep it in the fridge to add into your meals whenever you want. It's also great to pack for lunch if you have a sandwich and some salad. I love to do this a lot because it gave my lunch more varieties. Now, while we're enjoying the nutritious Chinese seaweed salad, let's learn some Chinese, shall we? The word of the day today is 凉拌海带丝, seaweed salad. The first 2 characters is 凉拌, which could be coleslaw, cold mix, or salad. And the last 3 characters, 海带丝, means seaweed slices. So seaweed salad in Chinese is 凉拌海带丝. Thank you for cooking with me today. Let me know if you like this recipe by giving this video a thumbs up. It's only gonna take you a second, but it means a lot to me. I make a video on YouTube every Thursday, so remember to hit that bell and you'll never miss out. Last but not least, don't forget to subscribe to this channel if you haven't already, and I'll see you next Thursday. Bye!